I lost my hat. And I lost it over there. It blew off the cliff down into the jungle and I couldn't find it. I'm back here to look for my hat, which blew off that rock and went down there. So, first thing I'm going to do is lie on the edge, see if I can spy it. This is where it gets difficult. Big question is, which ridge is which? If my rock is somewhere up there, then it should mean that the hat came down somewhere down here, and I do remember a tall tree. That was back in spring. I thought it might have blown into a tree, so I waited 6 months for the trees to fall. The trees to fall? No, the leaves to fall off the trees. It's the first really cold day of autumn, mid-November, and the leaves have fallen off the trees, so it's my opportunity to have another go at searching for my hat. I certainly can't see any sign of my hat. Oh, and by the way, this is now my spare hat, purchased at great expense when I no longer had a hat. I also had another problem, which was, I went down to the bottom of the cliff, I looked up, tried to identify that rock, and I couldn't be certain which one it was. So now I've got a plan. I've got a long branch and I'm going to drape the long branch over the edge of that rock so that it's hanging over. And then when I go down to the bottom of the cliff, I'm going to see if I can spot it. I couldn't see that in the summer. I can see my little branch nodding in the wind. And then the question is, when it's out of the wind, does it just drop straight down? The reason I've left it until now is because I half expected that it would have landed in a tree, half expecting to see it up a tree. Hot work. Went back, still couldn't find it. So, alright, I didn't find my hat. So, it was starting to get dark. So I went to the top of the cliff, sat on the rock, got out my stainless steel thermos flask of coffee and had a hot drink. I took off my new hat because in the meantime, 6 months, summer, I had needed a hat and I bought a new one. Trekmate's Sonoran hat. Put it in the webbing on the back of my backpack. Got home. A couple of days later, when I wanted to go out and I needed my hat, I went to look for it in the webbing on the back of my backpack, and it wasn't there. I couldn't believe it. I thought, have I used it? Have I taken it off somewhere? I went over all the places that I've been. I even went to one place in another town where I had been and asked somebody, did I possibly leave my hat at your place? No. It seemed as though somehow the hat had fallen out of the webbing on the back of my backpack. I couldn't understand it. Nothing's ever fallen out of that before. But I don't know, maybe it caught on a stile as I was going through. Something like that. Of course, it would then have fallen to the ground. It would still be local. I went and retraced my steps. I even went onto the local Facebook group and put up a note saying I'd lost my hat and, please contact me if anyone finds it, but no luck. So, and I'm sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen, that there's no punchline to this story. That's it. I've lost 2 hats, and I feel very sad about it. To lose 1 hat is unfortunate. To lose 2 might be seen as carelessness. So I think from now on, ladies and gentlemen, I shall write my name in my hat.